NBA player, former NBA player of the Chicago Bulls, Jaden Ivey, got cut by the Chicago Bulls today. And he's going on IG Live and expounding on Jesus and the teachings of Christianity, which I have no problems with. I am a Sunday school director. I love Jesus. I love the gospel. I read throughout the whole book. As I said, we have continually read it, and we can go over it in the comments if y'all want to. But the interesting thing about Jaden Ivey is a concept that I want to talk about, in which instead of just believing in Christ, you get a little bit religiosity. And what I mean by that is people that tend to not be where they thought they would be in life tend to go extreme in religion. They are looking for a purpose, right? Jaden Ivey is a basketball player who, let's be honest, life hasn't panned out for him in terms of the NBA success. He's a successful person. He's rich. He's in the NBA. He has all that stuff. He has had injury problems that probably derailing his career. Let's be honest. He probably was going to get cut sooner or later anyway because he has injury problems and he doesn't have like a super great stat line. He already got left by the Pistons and now he got left by the Bulls. We have to be honest when we have our conversation. So he's probably injured. He's probably going through books. He's probably not used to doing things. He found religion. It gives him a sense of purpose, a sense of self. And when people get a sense of self, they start realizing that they can do more. It gives them a sense of relief in that emptiness they were feeling, which I think is perfectly fine as a Christian and all that. The only problem is when you get in this, a lot of times people go to the extreme of it, and instead of just being a Christian, a follower of Christ, you become more of a religious zealot in a way, right? You don't really follow the teachings of Jesus, you follow the church teachings. And when you get to that point, you don't really understand what's going on. I'm gonna give you an example as a Sunday school director. When the world do things, the world is meant to do said things because it's the world. They will pride themselves in the world. You're not going to stop it because you called it out. You're not a hero. You're just another person. But oftentimes when you get that fulfillment in this and you start figuring out your purpose, you would tend to go in and start calling out a Steph Curry, calling out other players like LeBron and telling them that everything you got that God blessed you with, for the most part, God blessed them with, because they got natural, God blessed them with abilities and they worked hard for it. So they got it through that and their effort. Telling them that they're not Christian. By the way, that's bearing false witness. You're never supposed to do that. You can't tell another person that they're not Christian, especially if they claim it. That's bearing false witness. He doesn't know this man. He says Steph Curry curses. He can't be Christian. That's not true. Again, you can call out the sin and say, Steph, you shouldn't be cursing. You call yourself a Christian, but you're not supposed to say he's not a Christian because said thing. Because again, that's bearing false witness. You don't know that. But in these conversations, they tend to go like extreme. And then when it doesn't work out the way they think it works out, they tend to go really negative against it. There's YouTubers right now, who went this same direction, and now they are very anti-Christian. I've seen many of them. The same ones. They really hard in religion, calling out everybody, doing all this, and then mentally it don't work out the way they do because they don't have, when they get in this mode, they don't have people to actually teach them. They have users. Because Jaden Ivey, again, has money. So people that latch to him, the first people there, is going to push the people that want to really generally help him out of the way and tell them, yeah, you're right. They're not going to tell them about bearing false witness and all this stuff. They're going to tell them religious speak. That Ferrari not going to save you. Getting the championship is not going to save you in Judgment Day. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. So there's nothing wrong with winning a championship in the NBA. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like, so saying it doesn't matter today is all vain. That's a Solomon teaching, by the way, in Proverbs. It's all the vanity. Basically, if you go read, I can't remember which one. It was a Proverbs 6. I don't remember quite, though. If y'all want to go in the comments, I can go in the comments and find it for y'all if y'all want me to. But he tells you everything is vain. It's all vanity. And he basically, when you come out of that subject, is telling you that what you do in your life is important and how you act and how you treat people is most important. Everything else is vain, it's all vanity. And he's coming in that same tone of championships is vanity, but that's part of your legacy. And if you can use that and bring people to Christ, if you do so happen to do that, like I would love for Tim Tebow to get with Jaden Ivey and speak with him, because I think Tim Tebow handles the religion thing very well, right? He handles Christianity well. He's not going out there dissing people. He does his thing. He lives his life by it. And Tim Tebow is an excellent example of somebody who should get with Jaden Ivey and help him through this process, because right now he's at that stage in which he's going to be very religious. He's going to gain an audience from being religious, because in people's mind, he's got persecuted for his religion, even though, like I said, it might bring the league thinks like a business, and it brings problems to the NBA. So they're going to cut him because, again, it's LGBTQ Pride Month. They trying to celebrate it. You're not really playing. You're not really that good. We might was considering cutting you anyway. So we just going to take care of it. We just going to cut ties with you right now. So people are going to feel, as you can see already in their comments, emboldened by this and persecuted. So he's going to build an audience off this. And usually it's either two things that happens. If he doesn't get like somebody to help him navigate, which I, again, find Tim Tebow find him. You're either going to be overtly religious to the point where I don't want to say this. You go and it doesn't work out the way you think it does, and you begin to hate Christianity and religion. I don't really care for religion more so than that. I care about more being a follower of Christ, but you become more of a follower of it, or you kind of get involved in the lifestyle and you see success from it, right? Let's say he hits it off, right? He starts preaching the word. He sees success from it. He's in this extraordinary mode. Now, all of a sudden, he starts reiterating. Instead of learning more and growing, he just reiterates what he keeps saying and never growing in it, and kind of starts becoming, oftentimes, which some people do, a false prophet, in a way. You become where you just start speaking on people. You use the negativity of correction and telling people their sins and being more vengeful in it, because people like that. They like to hear that they're important and that no matter what they do, their sins are clean, right? They like to agree with certain things. If it's easy just to get into a religious setting and control an audience by being able to speak well and knowing what they want to hear and saying what they want to hear. And if he finds success after feeling unsuccessful in the NBA and finds success here, it could lead him down another dark path. And then there's, of course, the third option. He finds some leadership. He finds a great group of people. He finds a great church member to actually care for him and not going to just agree with whatever he says. And they can lead him to a great relationship with Christ, in which he doesn't turn people away, more so. Where he doesn't sound like a religious zealot and like this intense, like saying, like calling out Steph Curry and LeBron. And again, that comes, I know people gonna get mad at me for saying that. This comes from he wouldn't mention them if he wasn't looking at them. He's strictly mentioning great players specifically. He not just saying that, right? He mentions Steph Curry. He mentions LeBron James. He tells them championships are not gonna get you in crisis. He literally says, I came in the league, I just wanted a championship. I wanted the women. I wanted the money. And when it don't go the way you think it goes, most people tend to go to Christianity or Muslim or religion. It's a safe place for you. It makes you feel important. It gives you a goal, an opportunity to reset yourself when you're not successful in another place. And I think that's great. I'm not condemning it in any way. I'm just saying what he's doing now is more harmful to him in a bunch of ways. Again, people looking at him like he's crazy, a religious zealot and all that. But like I said, if he get with a group of people, hopefully some people in his life, don't let the psychopath who trying to use him, the pastor's going to try to put him in their church, put him in their mega church, ask for a bunch of money. Hopefully them people don't use it. Listen, they tried to do it with Jesus, and Jesus called them a den of thieves, and they ended up, if you know the story of Jesus, the antagonist of his story is the church, and the church turned on him because he called him a den of thieves because they were stealing, and they kept trying to, they either tried to bring him in or they tried to catch him in a lie continuously. When they brought the lady who sinned and like he who was sin cast the first stone, when they keep trying to bring him and test him repeatedly by telling them stories and trying to catch him in a lie. If you give Caesar money, do we need to pay taxes? They try to catch him. Pay Caesar what you owe. Whose face is on the coin? It's Caesar's. Pay Caesar what you owe. They keep trying to catch him in different things. And that's what people are going to do. If they can't use you, they're going to try to catch you and diminish you. It's the same group of people, though. Let's not pretend like these people are. So either they're going to use them or they're going to try to cast them out. And hopefully, but I pray, and for you, Jaden Ivey, I hope you find the right group of people who lead you in the right direction on your journey so you don't end up hating religion or using it in the evil way, which a lot of people now do because it's manipulative and you can easily trick people who want to feel this way. And I'm telling you that as a person who was in the church talking to a lot of people who end up in life not being where they thought they were supposed to be and coming to religion. And I can tell you a lot of them did not stay. And some of them hate religion more than anybody. And a lot of them still respect me because I'm always honest with them. But that's not about me. It's about the story. And like I said, I hope everything works out for you, my guy. I hope everything's right mentally. I hope whatever you're going through in your life is good because he's going through something. Let's not pretend. He is going through something in his life. You don't just, he went from a few months ago telling crazy stories as you go look up. It's not my job to put the man down, but he told crazy stories. Now he's on this. He's going through something in his life. And he found Christ. But do it right. Find it the right way. Because I don't need you to be so anti-Jesus in a few years or manipulated. So praying for you. Keep stomping. Hope you hit that like button, that subscribe button, notification bell, hit the hype button if you can. And my perspective was a little different from all the other stuff you was hearing because I didn't want to tear him down. I don't want to praise him. I just want to give an honest back and forth with y'all. So I appreciate y'all. Peace.